Right. These people are like, I need to be his friend now. Like, how does that feel?
It's weird. I hope at the end of the day, more than I'm not pursuing fame per se, because that's currency that I can't maintain. But I do want to be effective in my craft. Welcome to the Filmmaker to Filmmaker podcast, the podcast where I, a filmmaker, talk to other filmmakers about their career in the film industry and learn about their latest project. My name is B. Anthony, and thank you for listening. Welcome to Filmmaker to Filmmaker. I'm your host. On the cover it says B. Anthony. But I have decided to, at least for podcasting and for filmmaking, to go back to Bryan Smith.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think the B. Anthony era, it was cute.
It worked for the time.
It worked for the time. And maybe I'll still use it occasionally because they still use it with me at PMDC.
Okay.
Like Michael still call me B. Anthony, and it's fine. That's how they know me.
I like B. Anthony.
Everyone likes B. Anthony.
Yeah. And sometimes I may even get a little bit more drastic and I'll say B. Ant.
And that's fine. I did change my IMDb though to Bryan Smith.
That makes sense.
I changed it to Bryan Smith. Yeah, but you're Jenise.
Yes, and I am the co-host, Jenise Stocks. Thank you for tuning in.
The co-host.
So thank you for tuning in today, guys. We have some great news and a lot of things to talk about today. So sitting next to me.
Oh boy.
is director, producer, writer, editor, all of the things. Bryan B. Anthony Smith.
I literally wrote some things down and I got a camera. Nikki got her camera and recorded it.
Shout out to Nikki. Nikki did an awesome job. I think you guys, I think when you do work with a person, the chemistry of you two working together, it shows.
Okay.
Because you guys did a great job on that film.
I'm excited. So, context. I just showed the film. I've been talking about this thing for the past year or so. And it finally happened. I debuted the film, and thankfully, no one threw fruit at me.
Well, tell us where.
I did it at the AFI Theater, and it's the name, the branding is AFI Silver, but it's the AFI Theater in Silver Spring, Maryland.
It was so nice.
Which was all Nikki's idea. We wanted to do it at so many other places, and the place that we really wanted to do it was East Street Cinema. That was the place that I wanted to do it at least, and then it closed.
Wow. So
that was a bummer because Nova Cat, who I interviewed on this podcast, they did their film premiere there, and that inspired me. I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. I can do this. And so I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead, get this done, and let me just do it that way. And it didn't work out, and so I ended up looking at libraries and just little small rooms.
Okay.
And Nikki was the one who was like, no, we're going to do it at a movie theater and we're going to do it at AFI. And I was like, AFI is so prestigious. Even this week, they have just an array of films that are showing that are just so good. And I just felt like it was too soon for AFI. And she stayed on it. And now let me put this also in the proper context. If you have the money, it's not a secret. You can rent out the theater and show whatever. It's not hard to do it. They just want the money.
Right.
Not to say it that way, but if you have the money, you can show.
I was going to ask you, how do you even go about it?
What we did, we literally called, or she called, the administrative offices, explained what we were trying to do. They gave the price. And from there, we put down a deposit. As the weeks passed, we started figuring out what the premiere was going to look like. And ours was pretty basic. And so we literally, you worked the table. Thank you for working the table.
Yes, most certainly. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Shout out to Cole.
And then the only other thing was just getting the film ready. So we had to convert it into DCP format. Do you know what that is?
No, I do not.
DCP format is the specific file type or like a think of like a zip file. This is the best way that I can explain it. You're converting this one file from your editor to this folder or this this container that has the audio file and the video file and all whatever necessary files, just to put it simply, so that the projectionist or the technologist for the theater can load the film up so it can be shown in the theater. And this is very common among film festivals and theater houses like the one we were into.
Did you know this was something that you were going to have to do?
I did not.
Okay, so this was new for you. Okay.
This was my first time really going through getting something ready for the theater.
Okay.
And so, which was great, because as much as I thought I knew, that part of it, and keep in mind, the film festivals that I have been in previously, they didn't ask for that. And so, when we had to do it, or I had to do it, it was like, whoa, it was a big learning curve. There's a site that you can go to learn how to do it. My problem was that my computer kept crashing when I was doing it.
How long did it take to get into that type of format?
So what I ended up doing, and this is going to make, I have nothing to hide. I used someone from Fiverr to do it.
Okay.
And
awesome. You utilize your resources. Yeah. You didn't even panic. You're just like, hey, why not?
And he did it within 12 hours. And that just probably revealed to me that I need a new computer. But then B, once I saw the process of doing it, because I YouTubed it, it's not that hard.
Right.
And you can do it straight from Premiere or DaVinci.
Okay.
And then they have softwares or platforms where you can do it for free. But I didn't find out about that until I talked to Jayla, who was our event manager at AFI, and she gave me some tips for doing it in the future, so we don't have to spend as much. But
that's good information to know.
Yeah, she's gonna give it to me. I didn't get it from her that night because I was excited. But so had to get the film ready that way. Then the hardest part, truthfully, was just marketing it to people. And so I posted the flyer pretty consistently.
You did. I think, and it was a nice flyer too.
John Rollins did the flyer. My best friend John Rollins did it, who surprised me and came to the
did. Yeah, he did surprise you. Okay, yes. I didn't know he make it. I didn't know he made it.
I didn't know he was coming.
I thought you. I
didn't know he was coming. So, and of course, he puts the video out of me seeing him walk in.
I seen that.
Jerk. Love you, Joe. But marketing it was the hardest part, and even when I was in grad school. That part in particular, or that class, was the one that I did poor in. I got a B in that class, and so all my other classes, I think that
he did poor in that class, and he got a B. I got a B
because up to that I was getting an A pretty much in everything, and that was the one where it was just like, so. I think that in another class I got a B in. I think I got like 3 B's in grad school. Anyway, it was a producer's program. So the technical side of filmmaking, I really didn't get my hands in. I've been learning that as I go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when it came to that marketing side,
You did a great job. I mean, you had a nice turnout. I thought, I mean, you pretty much, to me, like you packed a house.
here's what made the difference. And I think this is me having to just eat crow. I made a video
Okay.
on Instagram.
And that got, yeah,
And
that did
once
get a lot
I
of
made
attention.
the video and people saw it and it was gaining traction, that's when the sales started picking up a little bit. And then the other big carryover part was my church made me get on stage.
Shout out to House of Healing.
Shout out to House of Healing, to Pastor Jay and Lady Key, and to Ryan Pickard, who actually called me up to do the thing. And I was shocked and embarrassed and all the things, because I was not expecting that to happen. But once that happened, then that was a wrap. And so marketing was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Out of all the things that I've talked about with it, it's telling people about the film. And I realized very quickly that when I do this again, that'll be the part that I can definitely delegate among other parts. Because that was another thing too. Really taking advantage of like community and realizing that there are people who want to support and who want to help. And I think now I'm really starting to understand that is a reality. And it's something that I need to take advantage of.
I wanted to cry. I was so proud because I mean, a lot of people, well, a lot of filmmakers do know that it takes a lot to get to that step. To even overcome the fear to actually make it happen, because a lot of questions kind of, a lot of questions or a lot of things that we may feel can discourage us to get to that, from getting to that point. Are people going to like it? What are they going to say? Is anyone going to support?
All of that.
So, to see you get there and then knowing you personally, it was a great thing. It was honestly, truly inspiring to see that. So I was just like, look at Bryan, like he is doing it. And you got a lot of great feedback too, because the film in itself was great, and it was great quality. I enjoyed every aspect of it.
I thank you for that. I'm still processing the fact that people have seen it, and I think for the most part, all of the feedback has been constructive. And the one comment that I got that spoke to what could be improved, it's just one of those things where that comes with the territory of putting your art out there. And I understand that I have the power to listen and then to properly assess what I need to take in and then what I can put on the shelf and use for another day. Because I don't want to reject anyone's feedback. No, I'm not going to say that because they may listen. But even at the theater, there was one young lady who when you listen to her, it seemed like she was just not liking the film. But then I talked to her afterwards, and then a mutual friend of us both that I found out later told us that she did like the movie. It's just that she's very analytical and just drills down. So, but I went in knowing that whatever happens, that I'm proud of it.
Yep.
And that's kind of where I left it. So. But thank you for that. I just made something that I was inspired to do, and now that it's out there, I'm ready to make more. So we have another potential opportunity. I think it's finalized. I just gotta wait for the proposal to get done. Again, Nikki found another way to get the film to another audience that caught me off guard. So yeah, But I guess getting to that night, once the night came, it was getting there, which was horrible traffic. And then the other part that was just daunting was once the lights go down and you see it on the screen, that's it. And there's just this hush that comes over. And then when people started responding to the film,
hilarious.
That was funny.
Hilarious. It was so funny.
So there were a couple of scenes where I don't even want to call them racy. I just think that for the audience that was there, they didn't expect to see certain things. And once I upload the video, you guys will see it, or the film, and you make your own choices.
Yeah, it wasn't that deep.
I don't think it was that deep.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think it was, I've seen worse.
Sure. I mean, if you have Instagram, you've seen worse.
Exactly.
If you have TikTok, you've seen worse.
Exactly.
If you have X, you've seen worse, which no one uses that platform. But no, that's not true. People do use that platform. Yeah, that was interesting. Mm-hmm. The Q&A was fun for me.
I love the Q&A.
That was fun.
I think Crystal did an amazing job with asking
Crystal
the questions.
Brenton. So she did the last premiere. I still have to send you the video.
Oh, yes, you do.
So you can watch it. But
she did amazing.
She, without a doubt, before I could even make a decision, my mom was like, you need to get Crystal again. Yeah. And I was like, well, Mom, first of all, you didn't even give me a chance to say who I was considering. And she was like, no, Crystal. And so she was there. And then after that, once it was done,
you did great with answering the questions too. I think Crystal's level of questioning was intriguing because she asked some questions. Because beforehand I was like, "Oh, Bryan, when I go, I'm gonna have all of these questions." But she asked questions that I didn't even really think about. Yeah. It was like, "Oh, that makes sense." I'm glad she asked that. She brought more interest to mine about the film.
That's her. Mm-hmm. That's just who she is, and I'm glad she was able to do it. And as long as I produce my own stuff as far as events, I think if she's available, I would want her to do it. And then there are other people that I would love to work with in that capacity as well. Mike and Natasha was there, and they kept saying, Natasha more than Mike was like, you act so shy, and look at what you just did. And I was just like,
right? You're so humble.
You're
so humble.
But it's not even like an act. It's like you don't understand the self-deprecating whatevers that I put myself through to make this work. But overall, it's a moment that I will treasure for a very long time. Yes. And I don't think it makes sense for me to question or to doubt myself anymore. And awesome. that's from a very humble place.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going to have more spaces to grow, but I think anyone does when you're doing this. Right. But overall, I don't have any doubt about this thing called filmmaking.
I think it's safe to say too as well that everybody was, screaming encore. Everybody wanted more.
They wanted more.
What's next? Is there going to be a part 2?
So I'm thinking that through now. Mm-hmm. And I told Nikki last night, I said, I don't know if I want to do another direct sequel to this, as far as cinema, or if I want to do a stage play with it. Mm-hmm. That idea came to mind as well. But I don't know yet.
I told him, do it. Do the stage play. Do it. Mm-hmm.
I just think that will be something different. And you can still incorporate things from the short and branch it out to answer those questions that were posed with the Q&A, and a lot of people wanted to know more about this character or that character. So a good way to expand upon that could be a play, or it could be another short film. but I haven't figured that out yet. I have not figured that out yet. But it's done. And it's on to the next thing.
Bryan has this script. If whoever watches this, just say do it in the comment section. Bryan has this script. I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't want to, give any type of spoilers. But I really love this. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows, and Mike knows, because me and Mike read the script, and I really want Bryan to do this particular script that he has written, and I think it's something that a lot of people will be able to relate to. But
so with that one in particular, what's freaking me out about it, and it was kind of confirmed with this last movie. A lot of people thought that I don't want to give the ending away of this current film, but people asked me if I was in a relationship and if I did that with like someone I was dating, and I'm like, that's interesting that you immediately thought that the movie was directly about me, which it is not. But people automatically link you with your work.
They do.
They don't really consider that you're just a storyteller.
Right.
And so while you always incorporate pieces of yourself into the work, there is this gray space of it's not all about me, but I infuse myself into it where I can. And with the one that you're talking about specifically, it's fear. It's a little bit of fear there. And I think the struggle that I have with it is because you are Christian. The people struggled with this one that we just did.
Yeah.
And there was nothing overtly bad, but there were still some things that people have just latched on to just because they're people. I don't think it's like them having like negative bias or anything.
Right.
This one that you're talking about, I would really be, like Crystal says, swimming in the deep end of the ocean with this one.
And you are right. It is one of those, yeah, it is. Especially depending on what end of the fence that you are on. Yeah. It's definitely that. It's either this or that.
Yeah, and I think within churchdom, that's what shoots us in the foot. And we forget the part of the human experience where it's not always 1 or 2 or 0 or 1. It's life.
Yeah.
It's life. I'm going to do the film. It's going to get done. Because you and Mike keep bringing it up. So at this point, it's going to get done. But I think I'm preparing myself mentally for the feedback with that one in particular. But then... we'll talk about that off, because now I don't know why I like to dissect that particular piece that you wrote. I don't know why. But yeah, it's gonna get made, and I want to make it because I think it'll be more of a help than and a resource for people to just kind of vibe off of. So yeah, it's gonna get made.
Okay, so no hashtag do it.
So without saying too much, I submitted it as part of a application process as well.
Duh, Jenise, you already told me that. I don't know why I keep forgetting that part. I'm just being so selfish at this point. I'm just caring about self because I just want to see it. Okay, you told me that part about 5 times, and that just keep bringing it up. So when are you gonna do it again? I just keep bringing.
And
I
didn't want to harp on that too much at the premiere, because then that would have opened up a whole nother.
Ooh, the saints would have been praying.
Right,
they would have run that oil out.
Right, and then it was also Nikki's moment as well. Yeah, and so she had friends and family there. Or friends. I don't know if any family was there, but
Nikki did great.
Yeah, I wanted her to have some time to shine because it was much her moment as I'm not there without Nikki, And so,
and I think that talks about that says a great thing about your character as a person as well, because, you know, some people would just be me. I wrote it. I did this. So, you know, you very much involve everybody else who had, you know, their hand in it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great thing that you do that.
Yeah, we shot that thing. I sent Nikki to the wrong house, which was very funny. I didn't tell that story. I gave her an address, and then I realized I put the wrong street, and it was a small detail. It was like one of those things. Instead of saying it was the same street name, but instead of it like being lane, it was road or something like that. And so I had to go pick her up from around the corner, and I had to drive over a sheet of ice because it was snowing in January when we shot this, and so it was crazy. But you know, she shot it. Worked the lights, and she worked doubly as hard and did more work probably than anything that I could have done. So yeah, it was her moment too. So I wanted to honor that and not just make it about me. Mm-hmm. I may do 2 camera operators with it. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That makes sense. I'm excited about it. But yes, so are you doing any writing now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I already have I'm working on an outline right now for another one, and I still have some other stuff in the background, but I'm going back to my writers group too. I just talked to him today. Okay. And every Sunday I was going to this writers group. He was a guest on the show actually, before you joined. Mm-hmm. And he invited me to the writers group, and we would just critique each other's scripts. Mm. And it was a safe space. And I think what happened was, when I stopped, it was really because I had a lot going on, just as far as like time management, and I was trying to do so much, and then I got frustrated with the purpose of the writing group, and it wasn't their fault. It's just what writing groups do. You read each other's work, and you get critiqued and feedback. And you can't internalize it. You have to just kind of take it. And if it works for you, great. If not, okay. And you kind of keep it moving. So, yeah, I'm going back to the writers group because I need that. Yeah. I need that, just that accountability on another level so that I can grow in this space. So I'll definitely be doing that, and eventually helping you with yours. Yeah. And
I need more discipline, guys. Yeah, write that in the
Now hashtag do it. That's what your hashtag do it is for. Not me.
Right, because I need to do it. You're right.
No, I'm joking.
I need to do it.
Well, no, it's done, but you also have other things that you're pursuing.
Yeah. It needs to get done. I'm in this space where I'm making a bunch of excuses because I definitely have the time. Yeah. I do have the time. I mean, I do have a lot of things going on. I do have a lot of other priorities. However, you know, and that's another thing. I think that's a topic to discuss too. How to prioritize or prioritizing responsibilities as well as still chasing your dream. Because sometimes we feel like we have to choose one or the other. But it's like, you know, well, why not? Why can't you do both? Or what's keeping you from doing both or making a way to make both happen? Because that was what I had to do. Because I was like, well, then when I started to think about the resources and the people that I know who are willing to help, I'm like, well, Jenise, just utilize. It's not a money thing. It's just that you don't want to ask for the help.
And I applied for a job. And without saying too much, because I think some of them listen to the podcast, it didn't work out. And not because I did bad on the interview or anything, but they just went with someone else. No love lost, none of that. But then I thought about it and I said, had I gotten that position, this podcast would have had to stop. I would have, if I was looking for time to film with this last one, I would have had to literally make time to keep doing what I really love. And so it was a very honest conversation I had to have with myself about, like, okay, you're trying to do all these certifications for audiovisual work, which is my day job. And you don't want to do audiovisual for the rest of your life. And so why are you investing effort and energy and time into that when your heart is clearly with filmmaking and just being creative? And what would you be happy with doing the rest of your life, like, for free, is the question that I have to keep asking myself. And it just keeps coming back to this, right? And you can't foster what, or let me do it this way, I can't foster what I felt on Monday night into a 9 to 5. I will never get that type of fulfillment from showing a film and giving it to the world and then having people talk about it, and trying to put that in the context of going to work and getting a paycheck. That's not the same thing for me. But that doesn't mean I quit my job or anything like that. But it's also understanding whatever I invest myself in fully, that's what is going to get the bulk of my attention. And so, like, this is what I want to do. Like, I think that's another thing I took from Monday. As nerve-wracking as it was getting the theater and planning everything out.
Ooh, I felt the nerves for you.
Oof.
Good nerves.
This is what I want to do. And so, and funny enough, I was talking to my mom about it. She was like, yeah, if this is it, then don't waste time pursuing certifications, and jobs that aren't pushing you closer to your goal.
I love how supportive your mom was. Y'all should have seen Bryan's mom at the premiere. Like, when I tell you she was, and that's that right beside her. We'll probably a space over, but
yeah, set between you.
But we were close together to the point we were high-fiving.
Yeah, they high-fived each other. So. And when I saw that, I said, "This is not what is happening."
It was so funny.
What is happening in this moment?
But she was so supportive, and I just love how she was just, she was just all in the audience. Yeah, Bryan, and tell them how.
I was like, said, "Mom, you're telling too much. You're telling too much, Mom."
This is my girl, because Bryan is so conservative. And he's so reserved, but his mom is just so outspoken and she is feisty. And I was like, yeah, this is my girl. This is my girl for sure. So yeah, but she was extremely, you can tell, you could just see, her face, how proud she was of you. And she was just like, she was overwhelmed with joy.
She was excited.
She was. She
was very, very excited. And, that was a blessing too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Sometimes I can get stuck in this is still not the moment or the totality of the vision. But for her, I think it's easier for other people to see the progression.
Right.
Because the first time I ever showed them or shared a film publicly was at a TGI Fridays back room. And then we went to Busboy and Poets, their party room, and Maryland, off of South Dakota, in that bougie part of Maryland, and or DC, and then it was a virtual one because of the pandemic, and then this one was in the actual movie theater, and so she's gotten to see and I guess that's why she's getting more excited with each project, because it continues to grow for her. Yeah. And so now, from that vantage point, I can see why clearly I'm her son. Right. But I think she is seeing the growth from that perspective. Yeah. And so now the conversations are evolving to, okay, so what are we going to do next? And how are we going to keep it going? And to what I was saying earlier, you don't want to waste time investing in what you genuinely don't like. So no, she is the A1 supporter, Jared told me, he said, do it and don't think about what other people think, and whatever you feel inspired to do, you don't have to be a Christian filmmaker. Now, don't lose Jesus. That's what he kept telling me. And I'm just like, well, all right, I don't know I know what he means, but then it's just like, okay, well, you said that all of that prerequisite stuff, and then you do the churchiest thing, and you're like, don't lose Jesus.
Don't lose sight of the Lord.
Yeah, all of that. But he means well.
Right.
He's very encouraging.
Right. And I think that it's not, because I think, there's purpose, and I think, in the film making that you do, far as in the industry. And I like what you said at the premiere, like Christian film puts you in the box, and it has way too many rules to the point that you really can't tell the story in a realistic way. Because of the box that it puts you in. So yeah, I like the way. And when I tell y'all, Bryan was answering these questions at the premiere, like I told him that he was giving presidential answers. Like, cause I'm like, how did he just come off the top of his head? Did he rehearse the questions? Did he know the questions? You didn't know him because he was coming off his head.
The only thing we did,
answers.
We did an outline or just kind of an overview.
Oh, okay.
Of some of the questions. She didn't tell me all of the questions. And she always gives me the courtesy of what don't you want to talk about or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't even do that time. This time I was just like, I trust you, and whatever is going to come out as far as like the film or the process, it'll happen organically. I have parameters, but with Crystal, I don't have to set them up too far. But it was just like talking to a friend, and you have to keep in mind, we met at my old church, Greater Mount Calvary.
Okay.
And we were on the video ministry together. And so we've been talking just about, and we worked together at DCTV.
And you were her teacher.
Podcasting teacher.
Yeah, so because I heard her mention that too as well.
And so we worked, and me, Nikki, and her were all at DCTV. And so we had that decorum, and she was the only one that could get baby girl Nikki to talk. Okay. Because Nikki was not getting on that stage. And Crystal got her on the stage. But she's just easy to talk to. And I don't know, answering questions for me, I like the mystique behind how some people do it. And I like answering questions as succinct and efficient as possible, but I try not to overshot. I try to leave a little mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you did a great job answering those questions. I was like, listen to Bryan answering those questions the way he answering those questions.
I was ready to get off that stage.
You did good.
But thank you for coming.
Of course, I would never miss it for the world. I made sure I drove all the way back because I went home, so I was in Hampton, and I was like, I gotta go back because I wasn't gonna come back to Maryland. I was gonna stay in Hampton for a while because I have to go back next weekend. So I was like, I might as well just stay down here. Then I was like, no, the 19th, I gotta go back to Maryland.
But a lot of people ended up, thank you. They couldn't make it, but they still paid for a ticket.
Yeah, show their support. That's good.
And that was amazing. So I felt love, I felt support from you and from everyone who was there. So a huge thank you to everyone who came out. And
Studio 40E came out.
Tamara,
yes.
I gave her a huge shout out because she was really texting me every day being like, when are you going to do premiere? And I was like, Tamara, at this point, I just want to put the movie out. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. And it almost happened because that night when I showed you or you looked at it, I was tired because I had been tweaking the audio and just trying to get all the things right.
Oh, it was late night. So I wanted to cry at the premiere, but when I really cried was when I first seen it.
Yeah.
I was bawling.
I was like, what is wrong with you? And
was so proud. I just could not help myself. I was crying my eyes out, and I was gonna cry to premiere. Bryan told me not to cry, y'all. He said, "No, we're not doing no crying. Don't you start crying. Don't you do that." And
I didn't need that.
I'm such a big baby, especially when I'm so proud. So yeah, when I first seen it, I'm like, Bryan, like you did it, like you did it.
I just feel like part of it too was, I just wanted it to be a very joyous night. Mm-hmm. And clearly if you cry, you cry. I'm sure my mom had a moment as well.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to be a moment,
right,
where we did something and we saw it through, and we're gonna keep going.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so a lot came of it. Like, that was my first time at AFI. Mm-hmm. And to walk in there. To walk in there.
Ice maker.
Oh, I didn't know what was happening. To walk in there and to see just the aesthetics that is the theater. Mm-hmm. And to see the theater that we were in, all of that was just a moment. And so I don't know if I would have went into the theater if not for seeing this whole process through. So yeah, I'm grateful for it, and we can move on to other things. And so for this episode, I think we are done. Is there anything else you would like to say before we close out?
Nope, I don't. Just continue to. I mean, the only thing that I would mention is, to the viewers, allow this, story or what we are sharing today to continue to inspire you. To all the filmmakers out there, do not let fear, or do not allow fear to kill opportunities.
Yeah.
Because fear can creep in, and we have so much that we have to do and wonder about and everything. So just allow this to be one of those stories to just put a battery in your back, fire under your feet, and just do it. # do it. Just do it. Nike that thing. Put your Nikes on and just do it.
And literally, I don't know if the fear ever went away.
So do it scared.
I did it. I do a lot of my stuff scared.
Yeah.
Comically at times. And
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't, then nothing will ever get accomplished as far as me pursuing this and trying to what word do I want to use? Manifest what it is that has been placed in my heart. And so I'm sure with the next project, as I alluded to early, there's going to be something else that's just going to be like, don't make it because, but then it's just fighting through that reality and still finding the courage to just keep going.
Right.
And so yeah, I'm encouraged to just keep growing in this space.
That makes sense. And to other filmmakers as well. Let's network. All the filmmakers in the DMV area, those getting started, already started. Let's network. Let's connect. So,
and before I go, I have to give a shout out to Mark Carney, who starred in the film, Opal, who was a part of the film, Brett Murray, who starred in the film, and Jenise L. Jones, and my mom, who had a cameo. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this, for taking a chance on being in a short. You literally drove from North Carolina and from New York, and you helped me to do this. And thank you to Mr. Kevin Wilkins and my mom and Studio 40E for allowing me to use your locations for a set. And yeah, I'm just grateful to everyone who had a part in this. Again, thank you to my church for pushing us. Thank you to PMDC. They were a big component of the marketing aspect as well. Shout out to Amul, Natasha, Joy, who could not be there, Mike, and just everyone. Thank you. So I'm gonna stop because I'll start thanking everyone.
Also, so what we do know is that making a film can be costly, and there is always a budget. So if you are wanting to send a love offering, if you're wanting to donate, Bryan is going to put his Cash App.
I will put the Cash App
on the screen, so you should see it now below. So yes, do a donation, because Bryan is definitely going somewhere, and I'm gonna follow suit. We're all gonna follow suit.
Yes.
So yeah, donate. It will be greatly appreciated. I mean, because equipment costs, paying actors costs, locations, everything is costly.
Renting the theater,
because we want to have
feeding people costs. So
yeah, please donate.
I will thank you for reminding me about that. I will add that to the details of how you can contribute when listening to this. No amount is too small, as we're getting ready for the next one. So whether it's $1 or $1 million, thank you in advance. That's a wide range, so you find yourself where you need to find yourself. Otherwise, my name is Bryan.
My name is Jenise.
And thank you for listening to Filmmaker to Filmmaker. And have a great day.